Hey, how's it going, everybody? Welcome to a very cozy episode of Talking Mons, our Digimon Ghost Game recap podcast. I don't know exactly why it's cozy. I mean, for me, it's raining outside and I'm drinking a hot cup of cider, so I mean, it's that time of year, I guess. I hope you're cozy listening to this. In
I
a
am.
I'm only doing this because, never mind. Anyway, my name's JD, and of course, I've got Jeanette and Gary here with me.
Hello.
And we are going to be talking about episodes 45 and 46, Ghost Newspaper and The Queen's Banquet. Man, we got two episodes that feature brand new Digimon, like never before seen, as far as at least I've never seen them before, so I think they're pretty new. So that's fun. We'll go ahead and start with episode 45, Ghost Newspaper. So this one basically... So people keep getting sent these emails to like a news site with their name on it saying like something horrible is going to happen. But it's always set the next day. So it's like, okay, this article is written about how you're going to be hurt or killed or have something bad happen to you in the next day. And these things seem to be always coming true.
So it's the plot of Tomorrow Never Dies.
Kind of, yeah. So basically, Kyo gets an article written about him, and of course, he starts freaking out like Kyo does. So it's pretty much up to the gang to figure out like what is up with this news site. How is it like predicting all of these like horrible things to happen, and who is all behind it. Spoiler alert, it's Digimon shenanigans again, because that's what this show is about.
I would have never guessed. Thanks for spoiling it.
You watched it.
Did I really?
You could have not watched the episode, and I'm sure you could bullshit your way through this episode.
Fair,
anyway,
I did watch it.
Okay. Well, anyway, what did you guys think of this one?
Well, along with this episode and next episode, man, Hero's friends, Kotaro is having a terrible 2 weeks.
Koda's getting some shit, man.
Mm-hmm. Koda is gonna need so much therapy for being a horn dog after all this is done.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm still convinced he's gonna become a tamer at some point, but we'll see. I'm probably gonna be proven wrong.
So in this episode, he was predicted to get injured after a fall, which happens. And also, Ruli's friends got like hit by a truck and didn't really like got hurt.
that bitch almost got isekai'd.
Yeah, I mean, for giving like how dramatic that was, like
it was very out of place for the show.
Yeah, like Kataro's getting hurt from like cleaning stuff was more serious than her getting hit by a car.
Look, this almost turned into a very special episode real quick. The gang learns about death.
The fact that they didn't go through with it, I was just like, oh.
Yeah, she's like, no, she gets hit by a truck, and she goes to the hospital with very minor injuries, apparently.
Yeah, with like a bandage on her face.
Mm-hmm.
And then Katara got like a freaking sling on his arm for like Izo falling on him or something.
Meanwhile, and I'm only saying this because I was reading it today. I've been reading through Junji Ito's Uzumaki, and I got to a really horrible scene involving a car accident today, and the image still haunts me. Anyway, go on.
Deja vu.
Yeah.
I love Kyo's little like dance sequence.
Oh yeah.
Well, it's not exactly dance, but like he was imitating the idol group that he likes.
Oh, yeah. I love that he got Gamamon into the idol group to do the routine.
And he's adorably failing at it.
Yeah, he is.
Yes.
But eventually the idol group got an ominous news like headlines. Like one of them will suddenly die.
This is like fucking like Scooby-Doo meets a celebrity or something.
Mm-hmm.
This is Scooby-Doo meets a J-pop group. But anyway. Yeah, it's so much to the point where yeah, it's like the idols are supposed to do like this TV thing. I'm sure like this is a whole thing in Japan where like idol groups go on like reality shows and do stupid TV shows, but it's like they have like a cooking segment that almost goes wrong, and for like the one girl that's supposed to die, they're like, you failed the cooking segment, so now you have a punishment. Your punishment is skydiving. So we get
What
this
could
like,
go wrong?
I mean, we do get a pretty fun midair battle
Yeah.
with
Yeah.
the new Digimon here,
Mhm.
who I think his name is Publimon, like that. I think that's what it was called. I can't remember, and the internet's
Yeah.
being difficult with me.
Yeah, that sounds memorable.
Yeah, it was Publimon.
Yeah, but he's like so oddly specific. Like,
Yes, but then again, we have like Gunmon. That's like very specific.
but like I don't know, like I don't know what, for whatever reason, it like seems extra funny to me that he's just like, his entire reason for being is writing articles about people. That's just what he is, because he's just like a fucking blogger. I don't know why it's funny to me, but yeah, he's just writing these articles about bad things going to happen, and then he just makes them happen. So he's making news happen rather than reporting on it.
So he would get all the views.
He does want all the views, because yeah.
Yeah, but that was, well, I like how Gamamon just like went up to that one of the stars, like nonchalantly.
Gamamon is friends with all the children.
Yeah, Gamamon has no he never feels awkward. He never feels that he will just talk to anyone whenever, no matter how inappropriate. And
Well,
it's good in this case.
It's just funny because it is literally just because of the world they live in that they say, oh yeah, he's just an advanced hologram. It's cool. Yeah, he totally, you can touch him, you can feed him. It's not a living creature at all.
Yeah.
And everyone just believes that.
And they're a new security hologram. Actually, I like that excuse that Jellymon gave.
Yeah, like Goremon and Jellymon just like appear out of nowhere to them. And like, yeah, we're just like security programs. Yeah, let's go with that. So that was really funny.
But that skydiving fight was really good because it's, since Publimon can't fly, he's have to like have a parachute on and such.
Yeah.
And he knocked the it's a tandem parachute, which you would think it's safe, but then Publimon knocked out the expert instructor.
It's like, man, like I know we've had actual murder on this show before, like there's been human death, but the fact that this person is like, it's not like fantasy death like the next one is. No, he's literally just trying to like straight up murder this child.
Yeah, literally
fame.
homicide in
For
action
fame.
in progress.
He's horrible. Like he's like, when it comes to a Digimon, he's just evil Digimon.
And he just, yeah.
And I wonder what's the star's reaction, because she can see Gamamon and his evolution during the fight, but then Publimon is still in the semi-invisible Digimon phase, but he's also in a parachute. So it looks to, I think from her point of view, it'd be like Hero and Gamamon fighting a invisible person in a parachute.
Yeah. Yeah. That's the more I think about it, that whole situation doesn't make any sense. I mean, she sees Gamamon evolve, and Hero is riding around on Chaos Gamamon, and she doesn't question any of it.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like there should be a limit to the believability of what these holograms can do.
But then, and weirdly, still, even though Publimon was like still in the our phase form, after his frantic attack destroyed his own parachute, which he just seemingly ignored. No, not ignored. Ignored during his like angry attacking phase. He just plummet onto the ground, creating a crater, and then die.
Yeah, he does.
Like how can, like, I feel like that's a little inconsistency with like other established thing that we've seen with the Digimon being able to go through solid walls and such in this phase.
I don't know, maybe he was just too tired from the fight to do it. Also, I'm surprised he didn't get the standard slap on the wrist ending that everyone else gets.
No, he died.
He just straight up dies. I guess
they did try to save him, but he was literally free falling. So
yeah, I mean, when you fall 200 feet out of the air, I mean, so much you can do.
I don't feel bad for him though. He deserved it.
Yeah,
No,
I don't feel bad.
He's an internet troll. Almost literally. He looks like a little troll, like a little gnome.
Well, worse than an internet troll, he makes things happen. At least trolls just
Exactly.
say trolls.
He's a proactive troll. But yeah, this one's fun. I like the concept of the future paper and like Final Destinationing people. And Publimon's fun. I like that he types his attacks out on a laptop.
Oh, one of his attacks is literally like trying to sandwich and crush people with giant keyboards.
Yeah. It's so stupid, but I love it. Anything else you guys want to mention on this one?
No, I'm good.
I like how Kyo got like its autograph at the end.
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't matter, but it's just it's that little bit of like story, like sugaring on top.
Yeah.
One more thing.
Yeah.
I like how Firo finally asked what the digital world is like in this episode.
It is a one-off line at the very end of the episode and it's not elaborated on. And I'm starting to get the feeling it never will. Oh man.
Oh, they're saving that for season 2.
Great.
If we get a season 2, it's probably just gonna be a continuous thing.
Ghost game 100 years.
Jeremy Snow here, owner and editor-in-chief of The Geekly Grind. I'm interrupting your awesome, regularly scheduled programming to ensure that you know about our Geekly Grind podcast network, of which this show is a treasured member of. If you haven't had a chance to check out our site, you can do so at www.thegeeklygrind.com, and while you're there, check out the other members of our steadily growing podcast family, including the anime-centric Blake and Spencer Get Jumped, discovering new heroes and comic book keepers with Chris and Lance, exploring the vast universe of geekdom with Geeksploration, or of course appreciating animation's finer details with the Ink and Paint Club. Escape your weekly grind at The Geekly Grind.
Alright, we're gonna move into episode 46 called The Queen's Banquet, or as I like to call it, it's the episode about bad touch.
Yep.
So we've got a new Digimon, like last episode. We've got a weirdo plant lady called Oleamon, I think is what her name is. So like we were saying, Coda kind of gets the shaft these couple of episodes. Honestly, he kind of deserves it a little bit because he was like kind of being a peeper at the swimming pool.
Well, he wasn't exactly peeping. He was just kind of checking out people that's in the swimming area.
He was still being gross.
It was gross, but it was not like actually peeping Tom kind of gross.
All right. But yeah, so Coda gets infected in the back of the neck with this plant seed that basically makes him hallucinate that plant vines are out to get him. And it took me a while to catch on to that because there's a scene pretty early on after he gets infected where Coda's seeing vines in a puddle on the sidewalk, and they like come out and try to grab him.
Also,
but like Hiro and Gabumon are right there, and they don't see it.
Yeah.
So it's causing him to hallucinate.
It started with him in the bathroom of the dorm, and which then kind of makes sense if towards the end why it's the bathroom first, because the Digimon this time around like stinkiness.
I didn't put that together at first.
She wants them to marinate.
She wants to marinate in his own stink. He doesn't shower for 2 weeks.
Because he's so afraid of water.
But yeah, Coda kind of gets like basically hypnotized by this weirdo plant lady that like makes him shave all his body hair off and makes him not shower. Because shocker here, she wants to eat this poor kid.
Very literally.
Literally. She is literally marinating this child to eat him.
Don't worry, we can redeem her.
Yeah, she does she does get the patented slap on the wrist at the end. She actually has a really funny payoff.
Yeah, which is very surprising compared to the last episode, because I feel like trying to eat someone And
Yeah.
then versus making up stories, even though
Look,
they're trying to kill the other people.
like being a proactive murderer is one thing. She psychologically tortured this child for almost like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Probably more than that. It's kind of messed up. But of course the gang gets involved because Coda is a fucking mess, and they follow him when he's like getting hypnotized to go to the final spot where he's going to be eaten. And yeah, I actually kind of like how they solved the problem this time.
Oh yeah, that was clever.
I liked it too.
Yeah, so basically, Ruli figures out like halfway through the episode, like the plant lady Olemon tries to get her too, but there just happened to be a can of hairspray in the bathroom, so she sprays it with it, and Olemon does not like that.
I think she doesn't like the smell. It smells
she doesn't like
too
the smell.
good.
Yeah, it's too nice of a smell. So I like that. First off, I love how Angormon tricks her. Because everyone gets tied up, and Olemon's getting ready to eat Coda, and Angormon just like fucking is like, yeah, you call yourself the gourmet queen, but your cooking is shit. Like, there's so many better ways to do this, and she's like, I'm gonna let you go if you tell me how to do this.
And it's not only that there's better way. He went full classism on her. It's like, you frontier Digimon don't know like how to cook.
It's like, you fucking simpleton, you fucking hick from
out in the boonies.
In the boonies. But yeah, so they like trick her into letting everybody go, and then I love the fucking Ruli just runs off for a second and comes back with like 20 cans of hairspray, and they just start chucking it at her.
And it's not only just letting them go, it's also removing their flowers, because as Angoromon was saying that, oh, steaming your food will get all the flavor out, but I'm afraid of water. I can't do anything right now.
It's like, this episode is like really weird, but it's also really clever in spots.
Yeah.
So that whole bit. And then I just love how they throw all the cans at her. So there's all this like aerosol spray around her. And I love that they actually did it where obviously Gamamon is fire. So they had Gamamon do the final blow and just ignite all the gas. So it just makes a fucking huge explosion.
Like, I was actually thinking that might happen. It's like, nah. I mean, a kid's show wouldn't actually show an actual, like, everyday item being that dangerous, right?
It's okay, kids. You can light the aerosol on fire. It's okay. Nothing bad will come of this. But yeah, so I thought this episode was pretty fun. A lot of clever stuff going on. But what do you guys think?
I was actually kind of mad on it. Like, it didn't click with me.
Oh, really?
I don't know what's wrong with me. It just didn't.
Well, there's nothing wrong. I mean,
Yeah,
you're
there's
allowed
nothing
to.
wrong.
You're allowed to. I'm sure there's plenty of episodes you loved where I was mad on. So you're very much entitled to your opinion. What about you, Gary?
Well, I like it. I like the previous episode a little more, because I feel like there's more tension to that. This one, I just kind of like it for the fun of it, because it got to a point where it's a little silly, like towards the second half of the episode, with Coda. Because at first it's of course really weird and creepy, but then later on it's just really wacky and funny. And I don't mind the tone shift. I like it. And also we get another cameo with Hero's dad.
Yep. Because apparently everyone who came from the digital world just knows Hero's dad. So like fucking Olemon's like, oh, I fed my cuisine to a human in the digital world, and Hero just like doesn't beam bat an eye, is like, is his name what's his face? And she's like, yeah, totally. And really just like says, oh, your fucking dad. So it's like it's almost like his dad's fault that Olemon is trying to eat a human, because he like kind of made fun of her cooking. It's like, this is what humans smell like when they don't shower for a week.
Okay, I love that. I did love that part.
So she's like, well, if that's what they smell and I love this smell, then obviously I have to eat human. That's the logical step here, right?
I like how she turns out to be one of those YouTuber that eats like random stuff.
Oh my god, she turns into a fucking mukbang person.
And it's
gross.
not It's not just any mukbang. She picked the like weirdest thing to mix with another weird thing.
She picks literally all of the grossest shit and then eats it on camera. I like how the comments were like, "Is she a hologram? Is she a doll?"
She's a VTuber.
Yeah, she's a VTuber. Oh my god, that's fucking hilarious. Yeah. So I as much as I do love everything in this episode, I think I'm actually okay with the Digimon getting away with what they did, like being forgiven, because like what they do with her at the end is absolutely just like, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, that was actually pretty clever.
So yeah, I thought this one was really fun. I think it didn't solely rely on brute force to get through this. Like Angoramon actually had to like kind of think his way through this one to trick Olemon. So
Yeah,
I thought that was fun.
We really need to have Kataro just talk a little bit more about these things, because this is like, okay, after the spider one where he was turning into a spider, I'll let that go because they alter his memory. But I feel like there's a lot of event that has happened to him, especially like he was the first person that we met that had the problem with because of Clockmon. It's like,
yeah,
we really need to have him talk about this. Like,
I think Coda, if he isn't already, needs to be in some serious therapy.
yeah.
It's okay. He will never learn his lesson. He'll be back to normal next week.
That's true. Oh, also, I don't know why this finally dawned on me. Have we ever seen these children attend class?
No, except like science or field trips or stuff. No, not really.
Yeah.
Because I don't know why I just realized this. So there's a whole like scene in this episode where they're like cleaning the bathroom and like Coda freaks out and runs away. And like I just realized that like there's a lot of scenes of these kids like going to lunch, hanging out in the dorms, cleaning shit, and I'm like, they're at school, and I've never once seen them go to class or really mention class.
We've seen Classroom before. I mean, that's where we met Clockmon.
Yeah, but like, there's never a scene or really much mention of like, yes, I've got like a bunch of homework to do this today, or like you never just see Hiro getting out of class or something.
Well, we do see the homework things because of Gamamon eating tablets.
Right.
But that's about it, I think.
I just want to see like more of like really goes to a different school, and we like never hear anything about it. And I think Kyo, well, he's a college graduate. He's just here basically as a chaperone.
Yeah.
So like Hiro's like, you should at least see Hiro going to class every now and then. Like, I think it'd be funny if like Gamamon is like there, but he's like translucent, but he's like incredibly bored. Or
like him like trying to get his attention at the door or something.
Right, like a cat or something. I don't know. I could do with some like saying like what this actual school that they go to is, because they live there, but they don't really mention much else about it. Anything? Or go ahead.
Oh, how do you guys like the new ending song and sequence?
Oh yeah,
I like
it much better than this Monster Dance.
Oh, I do too.
Such an improvement.
Oh yeah, we forgot to talk. Did we mention how Gojiromon or whatever his name is came back? The little armadillo.
Oh yeah.
Episode?
Oh, Ryudomon, yeah.
Okay, not Gojiromon, but you get the point.
No, yeah.
He's in the ending song, so does that mean that he's going to be a little bit more important, because we saw him playing along with Kyo's like pop idol thing at the previous episode?
I think Ryudomon and Espimon are kind of like our more consistent Digimon pals, like non-tamer specific Digimon friends that are gonna hang around, because obviously Espimon is
trying to find Hiro.
Well, yeah, he's looking for Hiro in all the wrong places, and that I think Ryudomon basically just swore loyalty to them after they saved him, so he's just their friend now. But yeah, I like this new theme a lot better. I think the song's really fun, and literally it's just them all buying flowers. That's all it is.
Yeah,
it's fine.
It's fine. It's not as fun as some of the other art we've seen.
Yeah.
I like the one where they are like having tea with Ruli. I think that's like 2 or 3.
Yeah, the chef one.
Yeah, that one's cute.
That one's fun.
Chef One's my favorite of these types of endings with the sort of watercolor stills.
Right. Last thing I want to talk about before, and I think I brought this up to you guys. So something I kind of noticed, I'm sure it's been around for a couple weeks now. So obviously, whenever one of the team Digimon gets a new evolution, they add it to the intro. So at the end of the opening, there's a big splash with everybody and all their evolutions and all together in a big pile. There's suspiciously a hole on the right side, and I don't know who could be filling that slot.
I am gonna go and throw out a theory because right before that little shot, we see Gulu's Gamamon, the evil version.
Right.
I'm gonna guess he's gonna get evolution.
So how should I say something or should I keep quiet?
Oh, because of the little.
Okay, I'll just say, yes, there are more evolutions out there for Gamamon. I'm not gonna say what they are. I have seen them. There is like a new dim card for the Vital Bracelet that's coming out that is Gamamon. It's Kano Weissmon centered, but it does show a couple of their evolutions for Gamamon that I'm sure we'll be seeing in the future. He is a multifaceted little boy.
I don't think we'll see all of them because I feel like with these type of game thing, they want to fill out the roster to have a little varieties, but we might not necessarily see them in the show.
I don't know. I'm wondering, and it really depends on how long this show runs for. I only think that we might see at least a good handful of them is because they're like all new Digimon. Like developed specifically for this dim card. So I am curious. But yeah, I just don't know who would fill that spot because it's off to the right side. So I don't know really who would fill it. But I guess it's just a waiting game at this right now. But,
Dun dun dun.
Dun dun dun. All right, well, I think that'll just about do it for this week. I appreciate everyone tuning in for this. We'll be back again next time with 2 more episodes of Ghost Game, but until then, everybody stay safe, and we'll catch you later.
All right,
Bye.
bye-bye.